of construction of a line parallel to a given line through a point not on the line. Before we get into any kind of construction, you need to know what exactly does the concept mean. For example, what are parallel lines? What do you understand by parallel lines? Parallel lines are two lines which do not intersect with each other, and the distance between the two remains the same, however you extend, in whichever directions you extend. Correct? So we need to construct a line parallel to a given line. A line is given, and for that we need to construct a line parallel to it, and we need to construct this with a point not on the line. There will be a point given outside the line. Then from there, on that line, we need to construct a line parallel to the given line. So to start off, the first one would be construction of a line parallel to a given line through a point not on the line. Now, how do we do it? Children, you have already learnt about different types of angles that are formed when we have a transversal cutting two parallel lines. And we also know about different properties of triangles by now. So applying all these wherever necessary, at least using one of the properties regarding the transversal and parallel lines, we shall construct using ruler and compasses only. We are not planning to use a protractor here. We are planning to construct only with the help of ruler and compasses. We shall start with the construction of a line parallel to a given line through a point not on the line. The step 1 would be draw a line L and mark a point A outside L. This would be the point. We'll name it as A. Now, second step, mark any point or take any point B on L. This would be B. Now we'll have to join B and A. With B as center, and a convenient radius, draw an arc cutting L at C and BA at D. We'll name it as C and D. Now with A as center and the same radius as we did it right now, draw an arc EF cutting AB at G. We'll have to draw another arc with the same radius. Children, we are not changing the radius, but we are changing the center point. So we will keep A as center. Then we'll draw an arc We'll name this as E and F, and the point which is cutting AB would be D. Now place the pointed tip of compass at C and adjust the opening so that the pencil tip is at D. Now I'll lock it. With the same distance or the same radius as we measured in the previous step, and with G as center, we'll draw an arc cutting arc EF at another point H. So we'll just draw an arc, and this we would name it as H. Now we have got 2 points here, H and A. We'll have to join AH. And this line we would name it as M. And children, if you observe, note that BAH, angle BAH here, and angle ABC are alternate interior angles. Can you observe? Children, please note that the steps of construction are listed out. You will have to write all these steps in your classwork along with the construction. Each procedure has been listed out in each step. The steps include: step 1, take a line L and a point A outside L. Take any point B on L and join B to A. With B as center and a convenient radius, draw an arc cutting L at C and BA at D. Now with A as center and the same radius as in step 3, draw an arc EF cutting AB at G. Place the pointed tip of the compasses at C and adjust the opening so that the pencil tip is at D. With the same opening as in step 5 and with G as center, draw an arc cutting EF at H. Now join AH to draw a line M. Note that angle ABC and angle BAH are alternate interior angles. Therefore, M is parallel to L. I hope all of you have understood, children. Moving on to some practice problems. Now for some exercise problems. Children, in your textbook it is exercise 10.1. We shall try few problems here. Draw a line L. Draw a perpendicular to L at any point on L. On this perpendicular, choose a point X, 4 cm away from L. Through X, draw a line M parallel to L. This is the question that is being given. We'll try to solve it with few steps. Draw a line L. Take any point A on L. Now construct an angle 90 degree at point A of line L, and we'll have to join that line, that is the perpendicular, and name it as maybe A capital L, perpendicular to this line. Okay, we'll start the construction. For the construction, we will have to use the compass. Keeping A as center and with convenient radius, we'll draw an arc. Then shifting the point to one of the corners or one of the points where we have already intersected the line, and keeping that as center and having a radius more than half of the arc which we have already drawn. It is almost a circle that we have constructed. We'll construct an arc. Keeping the same radius but shifting the point to the other side of the arc, we will have to draw another arc. I hope all of you are getting it, children. It is better you also construct along with me. Now we'll have to join this point of intersection of these two arcs with the point A. We'll have to join these 2 points. Now we'll name this as L. Now we already know that it's a perpendicular bisector. That is, we are forming a 90 degree angle here. Now mark a point X on L such that AX is 4 centimeters. So with the same scale, with the protractor marking 4 centimeters. Children, please note, when you measure, it has to be accurate. And what I am doing is a digital thing. I might not be perfect here, but I expect you to do it perfectly because you are using your hand and it has to be more accurate than what I am doing. Okay, I have marked 4 centimeters radius. Okay, I'll just take it to point A and then have an arc drawn. So this will be X. Got it, children? Now this is a point on which we have to draw another perpendicular. Okay, at X, construct an angle of 90 degree and draw a line X, say C, perpendicular to line AL. We shall start the construction, children. Now AL will be considered as the baseline and you will have to construct 90 degree keeping X as center. It's the same procedure. Keeping this as center and with say comfortable radius. We'll draw an arc. Now again, keeping the center, shifting the center to one side of the intersection. and the radius will have to be more than half of this distance. We'll draw an arc here. Similarly, without changing the radius, we'll have to draw another arc intersecting the previous arc. Now, did you observe, children? We have got another point here. This point we can name it as C. Now, our next step would be joining X and C. Now, we have joined X and C, which is perpendicular to A and AL. XC is perpendicular to AL. Then line XC, that is, we can name it as M here. Okay, the line M or XC is a line segment. XC or line M is the required line through X such that M is parallel to L. Now, if you observe, the distance between the lines L and M is 4 centimeters. You'll have to mark that also. I hope all of you have understood, children. Let's move on. Now, all the steps of construction which we did just now are listed out. We first drew a line L, took a point A on line L, then we constructed an angle of 90 degree at point A, and we also drew a line AL perpendicular to line L. We marked a point X on AL such that AX is 4 centimeters. Then at X, we constructed an angle of 90 degree again, and we drew a line XC perpendicular to line AL. Then line XC is the required line through X such that line M is parallel to L. I hope all of you have understood, children. Now moving on to another problem. Let L be a line and P be a point not on L. Through P, draw a line M parallel to L. Now join P to any point Q on L. Choose any other point R on M. Through R, draw a line parallel to PQ. Let this meet L at S. What shape do the two sets of parallel lines enclose? Now for the solution. Now for the steps of construction. Draw a line L and take a point P not on it. Let this be L, and we'll keep a point P not on L. Take any point Q on L. Now we'll have to join Q and P. Now we'll have to draw a line M parallel to this line L. So to draw a line parallel to the given line, through a point outside the line, we will follow the same procedure as we did it earlier. We'll draw an arc, cutting the line L and segment PQ also. And with the same radius, we'll keep it at P and will not change the radius. We'll draw another arc. Now we'll have to name these. We'll name these two as A and B. And this one as, we'll just assume somewhere we will have it here, C and D. Now we'll have to check the distance from B to A, and the same distance need to be marked at this point also. So we'll have an arc marked. We'll join these 2 points, let this be C, and we'll have to join C and P. This line would be M. Now here, children, you can observe that M is parallel to L. Now we'll have to join P to any point Q on L. Now the other condition what the problem has given is we'll have to choose any other point R on M. We'll choose another point R on M. Now we'll have to join R and Q. Now we have joined R and Q. Through R, draw a line N parallel to the line PQ. Now we'll have to construct another line parallel to PQ. That line has to go through R and we can name it as N. So through R, draw a line N parallel to the line PQ. So it's the same procedure that we follow. I have cut an arc with the same radius. I'll do the same procedure here. And with this distance, we'll have to name this actually. We will name it as E and this one is F. Somewhere here we'll have to cut one more point. We'll get one more point, which is G. So with this radius, with this distance, we'll have to mark an arc. See, here we have got a point. We have got a point G there. If we extend that line, if we join RG and extend so that the line cuts L, then we would get a parallel line, and that point we'll have to name it. So we can have the point named as S. So this we shall name it as yes. We'll have to extend this. And this line would be N. Then if you find, children, the shape enclosed by the two sets of parallel lines is a parallelogram. I hope all of you understood. Now moving on. Children, we'll just recall what we did just now through these steps of construction. Draw a line L and take a point P not on it. Take any point Q on L, join Q to P, draw a line M parallel to the line L as shown in the figure. Then line M is parallel line to L. Join P to any point Q on L. Choose any point R on M. Join R and Q. Through R, draw a line N parallel to the line PQ. Let the line N meet the line L at S. Then the shape enclosed by the two sets of parallel lines is a parallelogram. I hope all of you understood, children. Moving on. Now for the assignment. Draw a line, say AB, take a point C outside it. Through C, draw a line parallel to AB using ruler and compasses only. It's very simple, children, very much similar to what we have already done. Try this construction for you to get acquainted with how the construction of parallel lines actually happen. I shall come with few more constructions, such as construction of triangles using different postulates in my next session. Till then, stay home, stay safe, Happy learning, and thank you, children.